Over these 4 hours, the future of LNG has been discussed by the public and private sectors. As a summary of the discussions, the co-chair, Mr. Murase Yoshifumi, Commissioner of Agency for Natural Resources and Energy, METI Japan, will deliver a closing speech and will also give the co-chair statement summarizing today's discussions. Commissioner Murase, please.
Thank you very much. I'd like to my speech in Japanese. Please tune channel 2 for English listener. Okay? 皆様、本日は
Thank you very much to all the participants for such animated discussions. They were very fruitful and filled with enthusiasm. Together with Mr. Sadamori, Director at IEA, who serves as the co-chair, I would like to report to you the summary of the discussions. First, with regard to the role of LNG, it was confirmed that the LNG plays a role in the energy transition and will continue to make a significant contribution to energy security by lowering carbon emissions from the entire LNG value chain. In particular, the discussion centered around first, LNG-fired power plants complementing the intermittent nature of renewable energy, and second, LNG serving as a stable power source for electricity demand in emerging and developing countries, and third, the potential of LNG infrastructure in reducing carbon emissions. First, this is about the summary of Chairman's report. It was confirmed that the strengthening gas security is crucially necessary for energy transition, and the need to invest in LNG was also discussed. In doing so, it should be noted that the demand scenario for LNG is greatly affected by technological developments, and that there is a high degree of uncertainty in demand forecasts, and that measures to address this need should be considered. The introduction of a gas reserve mechanism will play a role in this process. For this, Japan, or the Japanese government, introduced a strategic buffer LNG, SBL, as a policy measure. In addition to such policy measure, flexible contract options and through the provision of public financing will also play a role. We believe that the cooperation between Japan and Italy, including the strengthening of gas security and the Memorandum of Understanding between JOGMEC and ENI on emergency LNG procurement, is another effort to achieve this. In addition, market flexibility, such as the flexible use of LNG tanks and expansion of joint procurement and trading, will play an important role in the development of LNG market. In this regard, we believe that the collaboration with the emerging and developing countries, including those in Asia, where LNG demand will continue to grow, will be the key. Therefore, Japan, through the framework of AZEC, or the Asia Zero Emission Committee. This summit is scheduled to be held soon, and now would like to assist the countries through joint development of LNG, institutional design for its introduction, and provision of public finance as they take various paths toward LNG to play a role in the energy transition. Second, with regard to emission reductions from LNG value chain, technological progress has been made in the electrification of liquefaction facilities and methane emission abatement measures, pointing to the need for a road for a low-carbon LNG value chain. The Clean Initiative, which encourages voluntary efforts to reduce methane emissions, has now been expanded to include new LNG importers with support from energy companies and international organizations to promote collaboration with the European Commission and other LNG consuming countries, as well as to promote technological collaboration to reduce methane emissions. We will also contribute to decarbonization of the global LNG value chain through our efforts to reduce methane emissions. Finally, on finance, the role of public finance institutions in energy security was discussed. A clear pathway by creating a roadmap for a low-carbon transition of LNG value chain is confirmed that it facilitates the financing of LNG projects. It was also discussed that it is important to consider non-traditional methods such as preferential repayment of commercial loans, project bonds, and private equity, in addition to traditional project finance methods in order to launch LNG projects in need. Japanese public financial institutions will actively contribute to the development of such methods. Last May, at the G-Summit, held right here in the middle of energy crisis, the role of natural gas in energy transition and security was discussed. I am pleased that we are able to discuss the role of natural gas and LNG in the public-private sessions and to show the direction for the future. The outcome of today's discussions will be compiled into the chair's summary, and also it will be incorporated into the Energy Basic Plan compiled by the Japanese government. And this summary is going to be uploaded on the special website of this conference. And I would like to conclude this year's LNG Producer Consumer Conference with the hope that China's chair's summary will serve as a foundation for the future development of the LNG market and the public-private sectors to work together to develop and implement measures to achieve both energy security and energy supply at stable prices toward net zero. Well, thank you very much for your active participation for many hours today.
Thank you, Mr. Murase. Now, Mr. Sadamori Keisuke, Director, Energy Markets and Security Directorate, International Energy Agency, will also deliver a closing speech. Please welcome Mr. Sadamori.
Distinguished colleagues, the esteemed guests, thank you very much, and I really enjoyed rich discussions and insights throughout the whole half day of today's meeting. And I have nothing to add to the excellent summary of Mr. Murase over the discussions, and we heard the voice of strong confidence in the role of natural gas LNG and the need for the gas supply security. And also, there are very encouraging remarks about technological progress in decarbonizing the LNG supply chains and also the financing challenges. We at the IEA are very pleased to contribute to this discussion through our new work program with METI. And over the next 2 years, we will publish research and analysis, as I explained in my opening presentation. So it is our sincere hope that these studies will guide the LNG policy, enhance the LNG market transparency, and ultimately contribute to the global energy transition while ensuring security and affordability at the same time. We also remain a proud co-sponsor of this, the LNG Producer Consumer Conference with METI, and hope to welcome you all to the 2025 edition. I'm not sure whether what kind of form it will take to the conference as well. And thanks as well to the many encouraging remarks on the IEA's role in ensuring enhancing gas LNG security. So this is welcome, not only in terms of gas supply security, but also our job security. So thank you very much for that. And so thank you again for your excellent contributions, and I hope to see you again next year as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sadamori. With that, we have come to the end of 13th LNG Producer Consumer Conference, Future of LNG, Security, Affordability, and Decarbonization. Thanks to each and every one of you for attending.